Yo guys, what's up? Hey, that's a great answer to the question. That is the holy trio of all performance, right? You want to get more endurance, you want to be more explosive, and you want to get stronger, right? Okay, so how can we attack this? Of course, I know it sucks, but any strength coach is going to tell you, well, it depends. And it does depend, but let's break down those scenarios of why. The first thing, and maybe the only thing that's missing from that trio there, is mobility. And maybe you have great mobility, but that's the first thing that we need to check first. And I'm not talking about average mobility, I'm talking about great mobility, because so many times I've seen guys, especially in jiu-jitsu, who are extremely strong, some of the strongest people that I know, and they're not able to tap into their actual strength because they can't use the right musculature. They're not able to activate certain positions. They're not able to produce force when they're trying, and they're just unable to use their body more efficiently because their lack of mobility. So that's number one. Can you drop into a full squat, right? Ass to grass squat. Can we pick something up on the off the ground with a straight back? Do we have good core engagement through all movement? Can you hold a full body plank for 30 to 60 seconds? And how does your overhead position look? Can you fully lock your shoulders out, lock your elbows, stacking, your bones and shoulders over as they should be? These are all very, very important positions that you need to be able to get into before you even get into weightlifting, right? So going back to the original question, like how would we design this? Well, if you have more than 8 weeks, if there's just a particular goal that you're trying to reach, I would say take about a 3 or 4, maybe even 5 or 6 month block and work on all these things, build the foundation so that you're able to get the right kind of strength, not just get a little bit stronger, but you're not able to use it, right? Not just like, oh, well, I picked a little bit more weight up on the barbell off the ground, but I don't feel any better and I can't transfer it over to the mats. That's not what we're doing, right? So first, address that mobility. That's number one. And you can do that while doing endurance. So how could we do that? Okay, so number one, find you a long day. Your long distance day, and you're going to do it every day. These things always progress over time, right? So maybe the first day is starting at 15 minutes, right? If you can do more, you can do more. But you want to run for 15 minutes, and the goal is that you can keep the same speed for the entire 15 minutes without stopping, and then the next day you're not so trashed that you can't walk or go up the stairs or anything. So finding that balance is number one. And if you do feel that way, then you went too much and you need to back it off, right? So find your long distance day, start at 15, when you can go to 20, go to 25, go to 30, eventually getting up to 45 or 60 minutes. You're not going to hurt yourself, right? It's okay. You can choose running, you can choose biking, rowing, versa climber, rucking, pushing a sled, lightweight sled for a slow distance. There's a lot of options. You can go swimming, hiking, walk the dog, whatever, okay? So on your other day, you're going to do intervals. You can do 8 to 10 2-minute intervals with a 1-minute break. And then you can move it to, 7 to 8 3 to 4-minute intervals, and just keep increasing that total amount of time with short little breaks in there. That's going to take care of your cardio, right? You can add a third day, have a fun day, do some sprints, do some short stuff, whatever. And always stretch. Just start out with stretching. Everybody knows how to stretch, right? We did it when we were kids, or I hope you did. You touch your toes, you drop into a squat, you do some side bends, you grab your foot and pull it to your butt. Everybody knows how to do that. Do the one that stretches the muscle that feels tight to you. Do it until it, tingles and burns a little bit, and hold it. That's how you stretch, right? On the other days that you're not working out, this could even be the days you're just going to the gym. It could be part of your warm-up for, going to the jiu-jitsu gym. This could be part of your warm-up before you get on the mats. Get into those positions I talked about. Get into a full plank with good core engagement, right? Not with like a sway back or anything. Like, get a good plank down for 60 seconds. Drop into a full squat, ass to grass, knees out, upright torso, heels down, okay? Engage that position. Press overhead. You could do your plank you could put it up onto your hands so that you're able to pack your shoulders and lock your elbows and then work that overhead position, right? Make sure you're able to get into those positions. And then once you're comfortable doing that and your cardio has gotten better, you'll know if your cardio gets better because you'll feel it when you're doing rounds in jiu-jitsu. Now we can add the strength training. You can totally train explosiveness and absolute strength, total strength at the same time. This is totally doable. In fact, they work well together. That's pretty much what the whole conjugate system is. And this is a big thing that I like to put into all of my programs, right? So you could have a max effort day, a sub-max day, some kind of hard press day for the upper and the lower body, right? And then you can have a dynamic day. That's your speed days, your plyometric days, the days you're doing bands and box jumps and explosive push-ups and those types of movements on the other day. So you have upper and lower max effort, and you have upper and lower dynamic. That's already 4 training days on top of the 2 to 3 cardio days that we added, right? You can keep those in 1 or 2 times and it just keeps stretching all the time. That's probably about a 4 or 5 month block that you could really focus on, and you could achieve all of those things that we mentioned: better endurance, more explosiveness, and more strength. Could all be knocked out in about 3 or 4 months in that order. And